Now, activists close to SAPS whistleblower Patricia Mashale says the year she spent in hiding has taken a very serious toll on her health and also the financial and emotional well-being of her family. She fled the country after receiving zero protection from authorities. Now, will the activists take their plight to the International Criminal Court as promised? Let's find out where we are with the ICC. Professor Mary de Haas from KZN Violence Monitor joining us. Hello to you, Prof. Not been a long time since you and I had a conversation about this. So could this go as far as the ICC? Is that how you see this playing out?
Look, I have no idea. I had nothing to do with that post. I mean, some people are saying that because if you have a government that is using taxpayers' money and its own security forces to kill people who blow the whistle on corruption, then who is going to help you? I don't know. I mean, I deal with this all the time, that people need help too. They need help with reporting, getting cases investigated, but they may get killed in the process, and there's no protection. I mean, witnesses are killed before they can testify. Witnesses in protection are threatened when they get out, they'll be killed. The police are doing this. And, you know, the police have been a problem for a long time, but I used to think that at least the prosecution service was keeping an eye on them. But now with what's happening to the Mashale family, especially to Patricia, with these malicious prosecutions over, and they're malicious, they're civil claims, they're not criminal matters. That with this happening to her, there is now alleged collusion between these allegedly very corrupt police in the Free State. And remember, these police are remnants, legacy of Pashlani, Ace Magashula years. That's how they all got promoted, not because of competence. And allegedly, there are some police, some prosecutors colluding with them to victimize Mashale, which could lead to her death, which would lead to her death if she were arrested. There's no doubt about that. And, you know, I've written to all the people that should be dealing with this 3 weeks ago, a month ago almost. I haven't had a response.
Who are those people, Prof, that you would have written to? I was about to ask you if the suggestion is that authorities are unwilling or unable to offer protection. Who would you be writing to try and change this sort of situation? What's your first port of call?
Well, I've been writing to Parliament for the last year. But if you look at the Zondo Commission reports, Zondo is saying that state capture happened because Parliament didn't do its oversight. Well, I can confirm that. They haven't done any oversight for a year. They haven't. I've told them the risk to Patricia Mashale's life. They run to the police, and the police say, well, no. That threat assessment is not valid. The member who did the threat assessment did exactly what he was instructed in writing. I've seen that. So they have not done a thing. I complained to the Speaker's office because the National Commissioner perjured himself with Parliament after they refused Mashale and I the opportunity to present. We hadn't even asked to present. They invited us to present, put us to that trouble, and then said, oh, sorry, we can't know you. Then they heard the police and the Muslim have perjured himself. Now, I've written to Parliament, I've written to the Speaker, I've written to the national prosecuting, the head of prosecutions, Batoy, over what's happening in the Free State courts. I've written to well, there's two of them. There's a court manager and somebody else. I've written to the to Lamola, the Minister of Justice. I've copied all this to Justice Portfolio committees. No one's doing anything. And the problem is that the Chapter 9 institutions have been completely captured because you don't get onto them unless you're a government toady. And you don't rock the boat. I mean, the last CEO who tried to do things didn't have his contract renewed. And I have it on very good authority that the Minister of Police has actually issued threats to the Human Rights Commission not to criticise him, or, you know, he will make trouble. So, I mean, who do you turn to in this country? I don't know. I don't know.
How dangerous is this for whistleblowers, Prof? When you say you can't turn to anybody, when you say you can't turn to anybody, how dangerous is this in the fight against corruption? Because I can only imagine then, if this is going all the way to the very top and every layer down, we're soon going to have no whistleblowers coming out at all. They're too scared.
Well, I think that's the whole intention. Quite frankly, I haven't seen anything change. We have all this hot air about whistleblowers are so important. Yes, you know. I mean, I think a couple of weeks back, Lamola was quoted in the Sunday paper as kind of reinforcing this. No, they must get protection. The problem is you can't even get protection from the police because both with the case of Thabiso Zulu and Patricia Mashale, the police are the ones who want them dead. I mean, so who do you go to? I mean, Thabiso asked us for money to arrange trusted protection. The Minister of Police, who is constitutionally bound to prevent crime, refused. What does that tell you?
When we talk about the threats, Prof, just as I say goodbye to you, sorry, but you got me thinking about this. I wanted to get some more clarity. You mentioned that there was alleged threats by the police minister to a department that's meant to deal with this. Can you flesh that out for me? What do you know about those supposed threats that you were talking about?
Oh, look, this was told to me in confidence by a former employee of the Human Rights Commission, who was contacted by Clearly, who made it absolutely clear that the Human Rights Commission were not allowed to criticize him. I mean, I've seen this, boy, oh boy, the Gender Commission, the Human Rights Commission, the Public Protector. I've been to all of them over the years. The only time we got anything constructive done was when a legal colleague of mine appealed directly to Thuli Madonsela, and that's when we got her final report on the carnage at Cleveland's Hospital. We had tried our level best to get response from the Public Protector and the Human Rights Commission in this province. They ignored us while the killings were going on in Cleveland. That's how bad it is. They do as they're told because they want to keep their position. We have sent a damning report on the Deputy Minister of Health killing cancer patients from corruption to both the Hawks, the National Director of Public Prosecutions, the South African Human Rights Commission. No one's done anything. And the SIU says, oh, well, we can't investigate the Hawks. The Hawks aren't.
Mm-hmm. Prof, thank you. I'm going to certainly make sure that we follow up on where this conversation has taken us, as well as we try and just keep the work of whistleblowers very much in the media and very much in the center spotlight for the rest of the country. You've given us a lot to think about, and I thank you all for time this afternoon. Professor Mary de Haas is from KZN Violence Monitor. Some very, very worrying commentary, but although not necessarily new as well. We know how dangerous it is to be a whistleblower in our country at the moment.